Hi, Dr. Royce with Mystical Professor on this fine Saturday to come and talk to you about the power of imagination. I have to say that your imagination is more powerful than you could ever imagine. Neville always insisted that your imagination is God, and that God exists in us and we in Him, and the wonderful human imagination is God. And when you're exercising your imagination, you're exercising the God power in you. So obviously that is powerful. There's not even enough words I can use to describe that power. Except that you should have a controlled imagination and be persistent in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and assuming that it has been fulfilled. I have a lot of wind, so I'm kind of down a little bit, and hope that you're not hearing a lot of the wind. I swear it's windy every day lately. But I like coming outside, so I guess I need to exercise my imagination that there's no wind when I come outside. How boring it would be if we didn't have any wind though, right? Wind has its benefits, just like everything in life. Well, that's the same case with an awakened imagination. That everyone should aspire, because if you have an awakened imagination, there's nothing that you can't do. You use your imagination to create the reality that you want, or a desire. It's been proven a number of times, just like the man on the moon, all these inventions. Let's go back to even Leonardo da Vinci. I was helping my grandson study about Leonardo da Vinci. Back in the 1400s, he had actually sketches of robots and airplanes that we all know didn't exist, or at least we have no proof that they exist, because there was no technology back then. And we know from, the Wright brothers, the first flight, was not in 1400. You get my point. Every single thing that you see was first imagined. So you can't, just like I said yesterday with the power of prayer or the power of faith, you can't just move, or even Neville, you can't just move under compulsion without first imagining that which you desire. You first have to get it in motion by imagining your wish fulfilled and embodying the mood, as Neville always insisted. Other coaches say that they don't have to have the mood employed. They don't have to employ all the sensory vividness of the wish fulfilled. That they don't have to employ the mood, including the mood. But Neville insisted that that was the secret. Embodying the mood of your wish fulfilled and going to sleep in that state, okay, of your wish fulfilled. He gave a number of examples in his time here before he departed in 1972. I know of a lot of examples where like I said, I have been able to produce or manifest just by affirming. I prefer to imagine. I do them all. I script. It's what benefits you. I told you about the whisper technique. I've told you about the telephone technique. And the technique I'm going to tell you about in a minute is called I Remember When. Okay? And I've used that one as well. I like that one. And I'll talk about that in a few seconds. Like I've told you, science has supported Neville. False memories are stored exactly the same way as real ones. If you don't believe me, you can go read The Mind, the Brain, Neuroplasticity, and the Power of Mental Force by Dr. Schwartz. Not only that, Joe Dispenza gets on here all the time and has proven that false memories, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between a false and a real memory. So if you're disciplined, fruit of the spirit here, if you control your imagination, you control your thinking, you're gonna have harmony. You're gonna have a heaven here for yourself. And that is what I'm here to teach you. I got started on this power series because somebody asked me to share with them the power of happiness, from Neville's perspective. That's fine. That's what I do. I've listened to other coaches. Some of them, support him. Some of them don't. That's again entirely up to you what resonates with you. You are the key. You are the instrument. It's your world, your rules. You're the God of your reality. We're all connected. God put Olam, which is eternity, and it's defined in Hebrew. Olam is eternity in the minds of man. So creation is finished. Eternity is in your mind. You can create whatever that you want. You just have to have a controlled and disciplined imagination and persist in it, because we know that what has your attention has your life, and where attention goes, energy flows. And we also know that what you assume to be true is true, and though it is denied by evidence or your senses, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Go try it for yourselves, okay? Imagination will do little for you under compulsion. I shared that secret with you under my videos. Until you have imagined the wish fulfilled. And the fastest, most effective way to manifest it fast, quickly, instantly, is to go to sleep in the imagining everything that you would see and experience in that state, okay? Or, thank you, Father, or you can't visualize. You can hear, you know what it sounds like when you're talking to a loved one on the phone. We've got cell phones, I told you. Imagine yourself talking to somebody and having a conversation. Inner conversations have been proven to be highly effective at manifesting desires. Highly effective. Neville said that even in a lot of his lectures. Individuals did that. They were able to manifest just by changing an inner conversation with somebody, even on a telephone, and creating a better life for that other person because they were acting. Oh wow, I don't know what that is. I apologize, I don't know what that is. I just hear screaming. There could be something out front. I hear people screaming. I apologize for the interruption. I don't know what that is. I'm going to stay focused here. Didn't sound very good. I'll go back to that. How exciting and dramatic for you guys, right? Controlled imagination is the key, and persisting in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Most of Neville's clients were able to create that which they desired within days, the most weeks, the latest really honestly a month. Don't give up, persist, and embody that state. Embody and use all the sensory vividness that you can possibly embody to bring it about faster, and feel the mood. Wear that mood. Wear it as if it's a coat. Walk around, feeling that wish has been already a proven fact, that you have it here, that it's already an accepted fact. That's the key right there, okay? So awaken your imagination in you, however you want to, create that for you. Only you know what'll work for you. Like I said, what you assume to be true is true. Only you can decide what technique works for you. You can use them all if it makes you feel good, because the key is to make you feel good, experiencing that which you want to experience out here. You experience it first in here, and it's replicated out here, guys. Okay? I know personally with the case with the individual running me off the road, I kept imagining it. I scripted it. I didn't really affirm it. I had inner conversations though, like with my mother, and that is going to be my next upload. Is going to be the power of inner conversations, basically consciousness. And real quick before I get off of here, I'm going to make this short. It is a Saturday. The last thing I want to tell you about is, since we're talking about controlled imagination, is using the I remember when technique, okay? I remember when that was an empty lot and now there's a house there. I remember when I didn't have any money. I remember when I was unhealthy or I had a health problem. Thereby, now you're saying that you're healthy, you're wealthy, and the lot is filled. I remember when technique has been highly effective for a lot of people. Neville explained that there was a company that had laid off 4,000 employees in New York, and a woman decided, to help her husband, because he would come home and he could hear the clatter of he could hear the echoes of his feet. Prior to that, hear the clatter of the workers. So she would say, in her own mind, I remember when my husband was afraid of hearing his echoes walk through the plant, meaning that it's back to the clatter. And within 2 months, 4,000 employees were brought back, that $13 million was invested in that plant. And her husband was happy because he didn't believe what Neville was teaching. But she did. So she acted in his behalf and helped him and brought about that desire for him, that all those 4 employees were returned, and all this can be proven. Affirmations, they say, robotic affirmations don't work. Well, Dr. Milliken sat in his room for 16 hours without taking even so much a sip of water and said over and over again, I have a lavish, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. I have a lavish, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. The man is worth billions of dollars now, and I know he's passed, but Dr. Milliken, he did that for 16 hours, okay? He was the owner of IBM. Whatever resonates with you, whatever works for you. I'm here teaching Neville, that's fine, and science, because like I told you, your subconscious mind, that's what you're impressing to reflect out what it is you desire, does not know the difference. It can't tell the difference between a false and a real memory, okay? Science has proven that. Positron emission tomographies have proven it. fMRIs have proven it, okay? So you can create an amazing reality for yourself. Remember, and not only that, the Bible supports it. Wherever the tread of your soul shall travel, so you shall be also. In my house, there are many mansions. If it wasn't so, I wouldn't have told you. I go ahead of you and prepare a place for you, and then I'll come and get you. That's basically what those 2 verses say, all right? Taken right out of the Bible. So basically, you are going and planting that seed, or you're creating that reality for yourself, and it's already created for you in your imagination, because once you create it in your imagination, guys, it's going to be replicated out here in the outside world. The only person that can stop it is you. You're like I said, faith, have that trust in yourself and that what you have done, because your inner self is God. Your imagination, that's the powerhouse right there. The power is in your imagination. Remember to control it and be persistent in it, and embody and clothe yourself in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. And you're going to move under compulsion, inspired action, move under compulsion to manifest it. You don't need to look for it. If you want, that's your choice, and tell yourself, I still manifest my desires even when I look for them, okay? I'm sorry about all the screaming and yelling. I don't know where that is. We don't normally have that here. This is a very small neighborhood, so I'm not quite sure that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and conclude on that. Remember to comment, share, like, and subscribe. I plan on going live next week. I haven't changed my mind. I'm looking forward to it. So have your questions ready so I can answer them live. Also, the next upload will be about having a controlled mental diet, all right? Because it's just a rearrangement of the mind and only feeding your mind that which you want to experience. You don't want to obviously feed your mind what you don't want to experience. It's harmony. Heaven is harmony, guys. And remember, prayer is basically the subjective appropriation of the objective hope. You have a desire and you want to fulfill it, and you use a prayer technique to achieve that through your imagination, which is powerful. Your imagination is way more powerful than you can ever fathom, guys. So use it lovingly on yourself, use it lovingly on another, to create, you know, something beyond imaginably amazing in your life and in someone else's life. All right? Okay. You guys take care and have a great weekend. Again, this is Dr. Sroyce with Mystical Professor. Take care.